And we are back. I do apologize for the delay in terms of a couple videos having come out between a couple issues I was having with my PC recording and not picking up my mic for a little. Hence why there's actually no video, well, gameplay audio in the background, as there was just a couple issues that I didn't notice over the little while I was recording. And I have figured it out and fixed it for the coming videos in the weeks here. One other thing I do want to say, I kind of did end up doing a little bit of a late dive into the Elden Ring series with the hype coming around for the DLC later this month. I myself, only having played Liza P as a Dark Souls type game, it's a very difficult transition. Well, not difficult, fun transition, as I would say. From where I currently am, Elden Ring feels a little easier than Lies of P. However, I'm not really playing the game in the way that makes it easier. I'm constantly am underleveling myself, kind of just running at things raw dog. Haven't leveled up health, I think, even once yet. All I've done is strength. I'm gonna figure out like a proper build over the next little while when it comes to Elden Ring, but that's a video coming out very soon, as it's a lot longer gameplay that I have to chop, and I'm unsure exactly how I'm gonna be posting it because there's a bunch of different like groups of enemies, right? There's the knights, the cavalries, the birds, the giants, right? So I'm unsure if I'm gonna just put it out in random me fighting all the bosses, or if I'm planning to like group them. If anybody has any recommendations on what probably looks best for an Elden Ring video when it comes to that, by all means, please leave a comment, let me know, and I can work on that. However, I'm nearing the end of the game now. I haven't killed every boss in the game. Like I said, I'm extremely late to the Souls type genre. I actually, prior to Liza P, only played one for about an hour to two of the genre, and that one being Sekiro or Sekiro, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And I'll be honest, I think this was like 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago at this point when I tried to play it. I got my ass handed to me on a platter, and it was humbling. I uninstalled that shit and never looked back until Liza P came out, because Dark Pinocchio just had my interests, and the game was, to me at least, never having really played through the genre before, phenomenal. Frustrating as fuck with certain bosses. Lixasia, I hate you, but I love you. You'll forever be one of my favorite probable bosses, favorite hated bosses of all time now, with how much I did struggle with you for a little while. But that aside, having played that game and then transitioning into Elden Ring now, I see pros and cons to both games. One thing I found I like a little more from Lies of P, even though the open world elements is obviously something that a lot of people love. I find it in a game like Elden Ring at times it is a little much. I'm not one who normally wants to go and watch like guides or reviews on like where I'm supposed to be running or anything, but there are certain points in this game I genuinely had no fucking idea where it is I was going. And I mean, that's fun, like I said, but I just like kind of being pointed in a little bit of a direction, and if they're like, hey, do the shit around afterwards, by all means, but like I think I just killed Renala and I had no fucking clue where I was going next. I'm pretty sure that's where, like, one example. But like, whereas in Liza P, it's an extremely linear game. The game forces you in one direction. You beat a boss, it opens up the next, and if you circle back into a previous area, you aren't progressing the game. It's like very black and white, right? With that, there's no gray area in between that you're unsure if you're really progressing the story or anything. Whereas, and I get that, like, it's the whole thing with Elden Ring, like it being this massive open world game for the genre. Me just being new to the genre, like, still, I'm willing to play through it. Believe me, like I said, the gameplay will be going out. You will see me getting my ass handed by multiple different bosses because I'm an arrogant bastard who refuses to level or change up my kit. or whatnot. Like I am thoroughly enjoying the game. I personally have just found that this is one area of the game I'm not the biggest fan of. However, I imagine playing it through either a second, third time, like many of these people who are fans of Elden Ring have done already, it probably will change. However, on first playthrough, coming from a more recent one, Liza P, like I said, where it was just very point you towards the direction you have to go and progress, I kind of was a fan of that. However, just like in Liza P, I didn't really level much at all. My buddy Scott, love you brother, he watched me struggle on that one. I think it was against the Black Rabbit Brotherhood for a good like 3-4 hours, because I decided to not do anything but try to run them down without knowing about a fucking parry in the game as well. Because yeah, I'm not no Professor X out here, reading every fucking detail. I'm one who just likes to run at shit sometimes. So I might have slightly missed the comment in Liza P saying red attacks you need to fucking parry. That being said, I did just want to bring out this video today to kind of give an update on the channel. Thank you again and take care.